How's it going, everybody? I am Donut and reacting to Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1, Episode 5. A hen in the wolf's nest. Is it nest? In a wolf house. A hen in the wolf house. Okay. It's gotta be Simmons and Hydra, right? I've never heard wolf house. Is wolf house a word, like a term? Where did that come from? I'm actually interested. Somebody let me know. What the hell's a wolf house? Let's get into this episode.
The world is full of people seeking change, hoping to become something else, something better. So, my first reaction when I heard that Pete joined the Navy was, you've got to be kidding me.
This kind of speech, right? Like, very familiar to
this
S.H.I.E.L.D.,
degenerate
Hydra.
in the Navy didn't even do a background check?
Somebody getting it poisoned. Yep, she didn't drink it. Yep. Okay. It's like the obelisk. Is it only the Navy? Yeah, just... No? Yeah, and it's definitely her. 100%.
Dr. Whitehall will not be pleased to hear that we, again, have failed.
It's good that they are failing, but...
All part of an anti-Hydra unit.
Any idea what was used to carry out the attack?
Nope, but the effects appear similar to those from the obelisk.
Which we must assume is in Hydra's possession.
Sir, what is that?
Just sketches. If the obelisk is back in play, we need to know what this writing means. Any progress
So
on
you
your
carved it on your desk.
I put some feelers out to my Rising Tide contacts about the
And
painting
when
we
he
recovered in Miami,
took
and
the
no one has
call
seen
off
anything like it.
speaker, they've got to get
Something will turn up.
suspicious.
What about the writings you've been giving me? Why don't you tell me your source and I'll follow up?
I'm afraid that's classified.
Well, you're the boss man. Maybe you could declassify it.
I could. I won't.
Why not?
Why
I
not?
already answered the question, Sky.
No, you didn't. You skirted it.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Damn.
Then-
The both
I'm
those like,
comfortable with, but
damn.
if you continue questioning my authority, then you and I are going to have a very different conversation, one you will not be comfortable with. Is that clear?
Coulson, do not act
Yes,
this
sir.
way. Seriously, like, they were like father and daughter in season 1 almost. Like, they were so close, and now he's
No.
pushing everybody away.
Keeping her in the dark
To keep him,
won't
yeah,
end
to keep,
well.
I was about to say to keep them all in the dark. But, like, they would be understanding. And, like, okay, I do want to pause, like, what? Like, he doesn't want them to know that his mind is deteriorating for a few reasons, right? One, if Hydra found out, then they would show that that S.H.I.E.L.D. is weak, that he is weak, everything like that. But at the same time, they already know S.H.I.E.L.D. is weak, but it would just be compounding how weak S.H.I.E.L.D. is right now with no body, very little, you know, firepower or ways to fight back or anything. Secondarily, he wouldn't want the crew to know because he doesn't want them to not follow his orders, to not trust his judgment and everything like that. If they know that he's going crazy, then they're not going to follow his judgment. And yeah, I'm not trying to find loopholes in this. I'm literally just trying to think this out in my mind. Like, why is it so, what am I trying to say? Why is it so important not to tell them? And I'm trying to work through in my mind. But, like, yeah, I was against it, but, like, I can understand where he's coming from. They would, and naturally, I don't know a way in which he'll be able to tell them and them not questioning his judgment as director. Maybe May does have to take over, and Coulson has to just, like... But that's just... I can't imagine the show with, like, May running in and Coulson following her orders. I can't imagine that. But the way his brain is going, I don't know. Anyway.
If this bullet had struck even half an inch lower, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Guess today's my lucky day.
And Big Rick's last. Please,
Big Rick.
gentlemen, not in here.
Only because you asked nicely.
Okay. Oh,
I
this
realize
is
this is
Sky's father.
We come to
I
you
thought it
with
was Hydra.
discretion. Doc, what the hell is this?
My apologies. This will only take a moment.
Right?
What did I say about interrupting me in my practice?
Yeah.
These men value their privacy.
I'm in trouble. Please, I beg you.
Don't beg.
So maybe not.
Reminds me of what you were when
Maybe
I
not her
found
daughter.
hungry in the streets with just those fairy tales your grandmother told you.
You said you'd
Okay.
make them come true.
You said you'd bring me my girl.
And I did.
You brought
So,
me a picture and a promise.
wrong
I
on that
still
side
only
of things,
have the
but-
picture.
Interesting. Huh.
Who wants it?
Who has made you this afraid?
Raina. He's a butcher.
What are you?
I'm a man trying to put my family back together.
You're losing control again. You need me. You're barely
Whoa,
holding
whoa,
it
whoa! What the fuck? Hold on.
Family
Was he
back
just?
together?
together. You're losing control again. You need me.
Okay, maybe not. I thought he was. His expressions were different.
You lose Sky forever if she sees you like this.
It doesn't matter. I'll never see her if you never bring her to me.
I kind of feel bad for Reina a bit. Like, I wonder what the. I cannot wait to get like a flashback or just like more information about what her fairy tales are.
I suggest you go back to his office and beg to him. Maybe he's turned soft in his old age.
Oh shit.
I really wanted to bring you Sky.
That's not her name.
Interesting. I mean, obviously she named herself that, but like, so like he's the one who gave her real name.
And for God's sakes, man, try to keep it together.
What
Sort of hell
is he? Who is he affiliated with? Like himself?
Oh no, the file
I
just says
guess, or-
Bessie. You two, come with me.
Just an underground doctor, a great one.
Attempted to reverse engineer the effects of an alien artifact using tissue samples from one of its victims.
In your opinion, where did Dr. Lingenfelter go wrong?
I'm not entirely sure that she did.
That's one among us. Please, clarify.
Alien metals interact with biology on a cellular level in a way that's impossible to replicate without a sample.
But if we were to acquire the obelisk itself, would it then be possible to weaponize its effects?
I would think so, yes.
Excellent. I want everyone prepared when we do.
She's telling them what they want to hear, though, and that's good. It's what you're supposed to do, Simmons. Don't feel bad.
Do you have any idea what this means? We could kill millions of people, perhaps even billions.
Pretty awesome, huh?
Pretty awesome. Simmons, come on. That was a dangerous line to drop.
This guy just stole that painting from our lab.
Max certainly has an impressive
So he's
physique,
still-
wouldn't you say?
I mean, it's going to be hard for him to break
It's
this.
true, look at it.
I am glad, though. I am very happy that this is still, even like with him saying, you know, oh, you're not real, whatever. It's going to be rough for him to get over this. The mental side of things, not only the physical side of things, the real brain damage and stuff, but the real brain damage. But I don't think him seeing Simmons is because of the brain damage. I think it's because of a mental thing. But anyway, could be, but.
But I miss you. I mean, I still miss her.
But she left and moved on. Maybe it's time you do the same.
Oh God, amazing acting as always.
Used to be different. He wasn't always so closed off.
I'm telling you, my ex was the same way. Always keeping secrets. Drove me absolutely mental. There really is only one way to handle people like that. Dig deeper. Invade their privacy till they go crazy themselves.
Wow, thanks for the advice, divorced guy.
Yeah.
All I'm
Not
saying
great
is,
advice.
there's something Coulson doesn't want you to know. Maybe you should find out what it is.
And how do you suggest I do that?
Oh, I don't know exactly.
This is very old
It
Sky.
seems your Hydra boyfriend downstairs would be a good place to start.
And fucking Hunter, like, God, that's a really asshole-ish line to say, honestly, your Hydra boyfriend downstairs. Fuck. I like Hunter, but God, that line was a little bit crossing the line.
Once Garrett started, he couldn't stop. The writing was anywhere he could carve it. On the walls, on the floor.
On his desk.
To be honest, I was almost relieved when S.H.I.E.L.D. put him down.
Oh, so this
Garrett, I knew, was long gone once the writing started.
Oh,
Ward took his
yeah.
place.
And Ward's
I don't think it was meant to survive.
He's working that weakness. Because, yeah, Raina knows her, so. Simmons and Raina gonna work
Hydra
together.
pursuing alien WMD technology. Must act quickly to prevent extinction level event. Awaiting further instructions. Fish tacos.
That is really dope. S.H.I.E.L.D. tech is amazing. And Raina's gonna find it first.
The reason you won't name your source is because you are the source.
Yep.
By all means, come on in.
Please, I know it's you, so just be honest with me. What do you think caused it?
Nothing
The
triggered
GH
Garrett,
formula,
though.
most likely. Garrett and I were both injected. Not a coincidence.
Yeah, but so was I, and I haven't written anything like that.
Which is either very good or all different, kind of scary.
Yeah.
Which is why we had to monitor you.
Well, wait, monitor? That is a very
What do you mean?
specific word.
We
Yeah.
didn't tell you about this because we wanted to passively observe.
Oh boy,
See
what
if the writing would trigger something in you.
So what, you guys put like tiny hidden cameras in my bunk?
Not in your bunk, but I think you're focusing on the wrong details here.
I didn't react the same way.
Right. I believe Garrett and I had
I
a
don't know if
negative
the details of
reaction
them
to the
spying on her are a
DNA
pretty good
in our
reaction
system.
to have.
Maybe you didn't. Because it was already there.
Yeah, right, like I'm an alien. Hold on, are you saying that I am an alien?
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
No, a theory is what scientists use to prove things in nature. This is you telling me that I might be an alien.
That's what I
That
said.
is not something you just
She
say
might
like
be.
it is no big deal.
Hello.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Somehow, I suspect that's the point.
Yeah.
What do you want, Raina?
To meet. You and I have something to discuss, Agent Coulson.
Madam, something you have to see.
Wait, that's not mine. I've never seen that before in my life.
Oh,
I don't even know what that is.
Simmons is brutal. Had to do what had to be done. Oh my god, but you know what? He wasn't a good guy. He wanted billions of people to die. Why am I feeling bad for him? Fuck him. I mean, I don't want anyone to have to be tortured.
Maybe I should take a look at your hard drive, see what I find.
Go right ahead. It's nothing but Hydra files.
Oh, it better be.
It's so crazy though. You like to think they're so like, you know, all powerful, but then they all are just like, well, I'm gonna go through your computer. Better not be any porn on there, Simmons.
But I will need to take Sky with me.
Of course. Like,
Excuse me?
how would...
What in the hell is this really about?
Guy's gonna
And
want to
why,
do it, maybe.
also in the hell, do you think I would ever let that happen?
To prevent every Hydra employee from receiving an automated email with that photo.
Where are you planning to take Sky?
Somewhere she's always wanted to go. To meet her dad.
She's lying. Ward said Raina knew him. This cannot be a coincidence.
And you just dropped that she's an alien, so she gonna wanna know who Daddy is.
That he spent her entire life searching for her.
There's no good option here. She's gonna want to do it. This guy's just gonna say, "I'll do it."
No deal.
Okay.
Stand down, Sky.
Were you not listening? If I don't go out there, Simmons is gonna die.
Coulson has a plan.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get Simmons.
Alien writing into his desk, so maybe his judgment is not what it used to be.
I said stand down.
Seriously, I trust Coulson completely.
it's
He's
not
gotta
too
have some
late.
reason.
We can fix this. No one needs to get hurt.
Yeah, because she's terrified. He's like, no, there's gotta be a reason she's doing this. She gonna stop it. You're desperate. We'll do whatever the fuck it takes. To save Simmons if we need to, I mean. Okay. Was Reyna bullshitting? Nope. No, she was not. Ruh-roh. Get out of there! Oh no! I can't believe this! I thought he was trying to get ready to cancel the last minute! Oh no! What did you go to? Oh! Please tell me she's somehow the face thing. Yeah. Okay. Oh no! That's why she looks familiar. She's Agent 33. That's why she looks familiar. Okay.
Take me in.
Please. Sorry. No vacancies.
Once I walk out that door.
You've done so much horrible shit.
It's possible. Or maybe you and I will work together after all.
What?
Tag and tail it is then.
Okay. Okay.
I don't mean to sound
Nice.
ungrateful
I
because
love
I
this
am.
work of
Truly
Reyna, yeah.
grateful, but who are you?
Bobby Morse. Coulson sent me in to infiltrate Hydra and keep an eye on you.
Well, you did a spot-on job. Really, you're quite
Bobby
intimidating.
Morse is that
Sorry
Agent
about that.
33?
I had to assess other security issues that were in play.
Yeah, like every Hydra agent receiving an email blowing my cover.
Yeah, that was a curveball.
I'm afraid there's no way I'm walking out that front door.
Don't worry, all we have to do is get to the roof. There's already an extraction team there waiting. Okay, just wait here. It's all part of the plan. All right.
What is she gonna do? Okay, she's gonna fight him.
Where are they?
What extraction team?
We're trapped.
What is happening?
Southwest corner, repeat! Southwest corner!
Like, is this extraction team just not here? It's all a trap.
Run!
Run to where?
There's no one there!
Or is it invisible? Oh, okay.
Welcome back, Agent Simmons.
Why is May not flying?
good
She
to
is
see
our
you.
pilot.
You certainly know how to make a first impression, Agent Moss.
Please, it's just Bobby.
Forgive me for asking.
Is
but
the,
if
I
you were
don't
able
even
to
know this is
infiltrate Hydra,
33.
Why even bother having me go in?
My cover gave me access to Hydra security, but none of its high-level projects.
Then I'm afraid I came up empty-handed.
Not entirely.
My hard
Oh,
drive.
I took
okay,
it after
nice.
our conversation in the bathroom.
Spy. Idiot! Oh, he killed both those guys.
Looks like a small blade. Probably a scalpel.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, he's losing control again. He's a monster. What is he?
Welcome home, Agent Simmons.
Director Coulson.
Oh no, Fitz.
I'm glad to have you back.
I don't know if I want to even see that scene.
If it hadn't been for Agent Morse, I
Bobby.
Hi, Fitz.
Simmons.
How have you been? Thank you.
Hey, long time no see, Barbara.
Don't start with that again. Hey. Oh.
The Islands.
So many characters. Hunter knows her. He's not even from S.H.I.E.L.D.
Hey, Hunter. Nice suit.
Nice suit? Really? That's what you're leading with? What did you do to your hair?
Ever heard of Undercover?
Is she his ex?
I prefer you blonde.
Well, I didn't do it for you. 2 seconds in, there's already a tone.
This isn't a tone. This is my speaking voice when I'm upset with an unreasonable person.
What's the deal there?
Hunter ever tell you stories about his she-devil ex-wife?
Hey.
Damn.
Anyone mind telling me what the bloody hell she's doing here?
Bobby's one of our best agents.
Oh, that's rich. Then mind telling me what I'm doing here?
It's easy. I vouch for you.
Why the hell would you do that?
Play nice.
This is gonna be interesting. I do like this though. It immediately adds way more depth to the characters that they all have interpersonal relationships as well.
I get it. He's a bad guy. And right now he has the obelisk, which is a bad thing. You have to be completely honest with me from now on.
Seriously.
No more secrets. No more compartmentalization, and definitely no more hidden cameras.
Yeah, for fucking
Whatever's
real.
going on, you bring me in. No exceptions.
Okay.
None. Zilch. Zero.
We should probably get started.
I do.
Okay. She can read it like Raina.
It's a map.
A map?
So let's all try and keep our heads about us. Let's all try and stay calm.
Yep. He's just like casual brute strength, man. It's not even an effort, really.
Sorry.
He just kind of goes, and you're...
Let's all try and keep our heads about us. In its native language, it's called the Diviner.
Okay.
One of many little details I know about this thing.
Can you tell me how to use it?
Better yet, I'll teach you how to survive it. We share a common enemy. A guy named Phil Coulson.
Right.
I thought maybe together you and I could kill him. Along with, everyone else.
Of course. I am in love with this dude. It's like his actor is great. His personality is all over the damn place. He is like a monster, almost. He's very inhuman in his personality. So weird. Okay, I will see you guys for the discussion. Okay, so Agent 33, not Bobby Moore. It's not the same character at all. Two different characters. I couldn't remember what Agent 33 looked like exactly, so I just assumed that the character who was undercover there, like quote unquote undercover, was the same character. Yeah, I honestly could barely remember what Agent 33 looked like before I went back to check. But yeah, very strange again, just introducing this character this episode. Like we've known Tim and Sia for a while, so I feel like we could have had this character be around. Maybe I just didn't notice them, but it feels like this is the first time I ever brought up this character. Anyway, either way, I'm still not fully trusting her yet. She seems like she's an interesting character, and I would like if she sticks around and is a good guy on the team. But with how often this show likes to backstab us, I'm being wary. There was Bakshi and two guards coming at her, and she told Simmons to go up on the roof, and we never saw the end of that. So I'm a little bit wary of what could happen there. I'm thinking also one of my questions is how was she able to infiltrate the security of this building? Was she undercover as not herself? Because if so, how would Hydra not know that? If she is, of course, Bobby, then they should know that she was with S.H.I.E.L.D. And they have plenty of people from S.H.I.E.L.D. there, but as she brought up herself, I guess because she brought it up herself, it might be, we can't, use this as an argument, but saying oh yeah, a lot of us here have been working for Hydra from the beginning, but, like you, Simmons, you have only started to work with them after the collapse and everything. Which should be the case for Bobby as well. Because, again, they didn't know that Hydra was there, so it's not like she could have been planted as undercover in Hydra from before the fall of S.H.I.E.L.D. Because nobody knew before the fall of S.H.I.E.L.D. So, again, how would she be so high on the security? I mean, is it just because she is so powerful, and so they were like, all right, well, she's going to work with us, and if she doesn't work with us, then we'll stop. I guess Hydra just has to do that if they want to have this many people. Sometimes they just got to trust them. But, I don't know. I guess, there's nothing they can do other than the brainwashing to prevent them. Again, it's not like they lost cybertech, which is, honestly a huge hit to them in general. They can't do stuff like the eye thing. They can't do stuff like maybe, I don't know, putting bombs in people that would, they could detonate or something. Now all they have as incentives is the brainwashing, which doesn't work on some people. Maybe they tried to brainwash her, and she made them think that they brainwashed her, And because Coulson did talk about that, like, some people aren't susceptible to it. It really depends on the person. So maybe that's what it is. She pretended to get captured, pretended to let the brainwashing affect her, and that's how it worked. But at the same time, we never saw what happened there in that hallway with Bakshi and her. That's kind of suspicious. I don't know why we wouldn't see that, especially because she's a new character and you kind of want to show off her fighting a bunch, so why not show some more fighting? But never ways not to. To be fair, it could just be she looked really badass heading towards him, so it could just be a, whatever. But then we see Bakshi later, and he's fine. He doesn't look injured at all. He doesn't look like there's been a scrape on him. So it's not like she just beat them up, and I highly doubt it's implying that, like, oh yeah, Bakshi just ran away. Like, he could, but he was also confidently running, like, walking up to her. So, I don't know. It's very suspicious. I don't know if maybe she doesn't know she's brainwashed. Maybe she thinks that she, like, got over it, but then at some point, like, maybe in the hallway there, he said, like, what's the line? Compliance will be rewarded, and, like, told her, like, is that how it works? Can you just say, just act normal? Just act normal until ... I don't know if that's how it works, but maybe that's what he did, But I don't know. They seem to go almost like robot-y when they're in those under the compliance effect. So, the brainwash effect, I should say. So, I don't know. I don't buy that she's currently being brainwashed right now. But it could have just been like compliance will be rewarded, turn around and walk away. But why would he do that? Maybe to just, like, make them believe so he can use her later. I don't know. There's a lot going on. I got a lot to talk about in this whole episode in general. This is a fantastic episode. But yeah, so there's just a lot of stuff I'm unsure about Bobby, and I don't trust her fully. I want to. I like that I would not have believed that Hunter's ex would have come up in the actual story. But yeah, she's Hunter's ex. She already knows Mac, and Mac knows her. I like that the three of them, the new character squad, all have these interpersonal relationships. They already all know each other, because then we're setting up, like, the two groups are going to be mingling, but we already kind of have the new people and the group that is already here, which, again, totally fine with. But, like, it's really going to take some time for them to all meld together as one big group. Again, the Lost references, it's like the regular survivors in season 2 having the tailies. It's just going to take some time for it all to really feel like a group. So yeah, start of this episode, even without the obelisk, just with the tissue stuff, they were able to poison a bunch of the Navy, and though it didn't fail for them, it's not up to up to Hydra snuff. Still pretty scary that they could do all that with just a little bit of that. I mean, I guess it didn't kill that many people, so it's not much more effective than normal poison. It's just way more scary. But I mean, it killed 8 of them, so depends on how strong the poison is, and if somebody's gonna how fast acting it would be. So, either way, really interesting that they're able to do that much even without the obelisk. So then we get these two random ass people in the with Sky's father. I just want to before we get to talk about Sky's father, they mentioned Big Rick, and of course, also later in this episode, mentioning a cow that produces carmine milk, like red milk. With both these things, Big Rick and carmine milk, every time something like that comes up, I have to ask myself, is this a reference or is this foreshadowing? I don't know. I never know. It's a hard guess to make sometimes. I'm going to guess that Big Rick is going to come back up. I think the cow thing is just a reference. But, I don't know. Big Rick could also just be a reference to some random mob member of mob dude from, mob boss is what I was looking for. Who knows? From some other comic. Either way, maybe both of them will come back up. So, Sky's father. Is he just an underground doctor? Like, is it just that simple? Is there more to it? It could just be as simple as he is an underground doctor. He talked about that his clients value their privacy. He talked about it as his practice and stuff. But what motivates him to do that? Why would he want to be this underground doctor? Why does he care? right? You think those people would have some sort of empathy, or like, you know, they have the Hippocratic oath in a way, but because they, I mean, how am I trying to say this? It's almost a little bit more empathetic sometimes of an underground doctor, because they're helping out the people who they understand are doing the horrible stuff, but they deserve to be aided to. They don't deserve to just die a dog's death. But so for Sky's father, though, it's like he's not like an evil doctor, right? He's not like a mad doctor. I mean, I guess you could say that. But what I mean is, like, he doesn't seem that way. He seems like he's trying to be nice to his patients, but they made him snap with the try to keep it together line. But for the most part, I don't know. It's hard to get a read on him. I don't know what motivates him to be an underground doctor, if that is what he is, or if it is something more. His hands were a little bit fucked up, but it looks like they're just like, they're like puffed up. They're bloated a bit. I don't know how to say that. Like almost like he's just beaten so much with his hands they've swollen up. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's very monstery. It's just, you know, Raina being Raina with her flowery language. So yeah, he seems to hate it when he loses control. He, like, doesn't want to look at himself when he is. He gets super ashamed of himself at being a monster. He doesn't want Sky to see that he's a monster. He was extremely emotional when she called him a monster, or when she was about to imply it. And I think, well, we just saw him say it, but she didn't say it, right? I don't know. Either way, we know she meant it. And then also the obelisk will help Sky understand him. He's got a very Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing going on, but almost all him. But he doesn't just lose control. He's got that just super strength, very casual super strength. The way he speaks, I also like that the line at the end of, like, you know, I was hoping we could kill him. He speaks so nonchalantly evilly, but in a different way from, like, Bakshi and from Whitehall. Like, a way more layman's casualness, a way more working man's evil. Oh yeah, so back at the Hydra facility, which is also no longer, they're going to be on the run and hiding now. But we had Simmons, like, saves the ass of Dr. Lingenfelter, the woman who organized the whole Navy thing, but then threw Kenneth under the bus, her direct boss. It's very interesting. Like, again, both those people are bad people. They're both with Hydra legitimately, actually. You know, they're not undercover. And it's interesting, though, that, like, with Lingenfelter, we see her, like, we saw what she did at the beginning of the episode. It was pretty bad. It was pretty rough. She killed 8 people, injured more. And Simmons defended her, not because she had to. I'm thinking about this from a meta perspective. You know, she was doing that because she was being pressured, and if she didn't, then she was gonna get she was gonna get the shit into the stick, I should say. But yeah, so Lingenfelter is the one who gets off okay. She doesn't have any negative consequences for failing her mission. But then her direct boss, Kenneth, doesn't really do anything at all. He is like, we've always introduced him as the, you know, normal coworker dude, but he works for Hydra. Like, you know, that juxtaposition of he's so normal, and yet he's like, yeah, we're killing millions of people. Isn't that awesome? But yeah, it's so, I don't know, I just love the fascinating, like, meta-ness of the fact that the one that we see at the beginning of the episode, we see her actions, gets no consequences. But Kenneth, who we don't see actually do anything, is probably going to get some of the worst torture we've ever seen from, like, Whitehall specifically. So, yeah. Again, I don't feel bad for either of them, but, like, it's almost like I feel bad that Lingenfelter didn't get, you know, tortured or what have you. Not because she failed her mission, but just because, you know, she's with Hydra and she deserves it. I would love to see Hydra torture themselves. So I don't feel bad for either of them. I just think it's fascinating which ones got what am I trying to say? Got consequences and which ones didn't. But yeah, that was such a good scene too of her throwing him under the bus, because I started to feel bad. I was like, oh my god, Simmons, that's hardcore. But it's like, no, he deserves it. Fuck, I mean, nobody deserves torture, but like, if somebody has to go down for it, anybody should. I don't care. Anybody, and Hydra, I mean, anybody around her should. Who cares? Definitely not her. Oh yeah, so Simmons continues to hit on every single attractive person that she sees. Bobby now she's hitting on, and even just hitting on Mac in Fitz's imagination. Like, that really tells you a lot of Simmons' entire life of hitting on every single attractive person she's seen, to the point where even Fitz in his subconscious makes her do that. Wow. Rough stuff. Yeah, so the whole end of the episode when Skye, just Ward is, I knew Ward was getting into Skye's head with the father stuff. Like, of course he was. Whether he's, like, telling her the truth or not, he's doing it to get in her head. He's doing it because, realistically, I think he wanted her to break him out so he could bring Skye to that place, and, of course, beat up Skye and get away and run away and whatever. He would probably try and take Skye with him. What am I talking about? He would probably be twisted enough to think Skye would go with him. I'd be like, me, you, and your father, me and you and your daddy-o, we're gonna live out our lives, and, oh. But yeah, what was I talking about? Right, that, he's slowly just, he's not, like, we can see that he's good at being undercover, retroactively, but we're also seeing it actively. Like, we are seeing him sow the seeds now, for whatever's gonna happen as the series keeps going on. He is just planting those seeds. So I really like that we got the reveal and we were able to look back on it, and now we're able to see it happening. The Simmons being found out with the message and everything, is that like the same technology as the face mask? Like, obviously it has to work in a different way, but it seems like a general, around the same ballpark of technology. And which also would explain how Hydra found it so fast now that we know they got their hands on that. But yeah, really cool seeing that, whatever the hell that was. Skye's an alien? Question mark? I guess so. I guess that's happening. Is she actually an alien, or, like, what else could it be? It has to be that she already has it in her. She is an alien. I can't think of another way to explain this. Like, there's nothing else that would explain why she isn't doing the writing. And we've seen so many aliens. Almost all the aliens we ever see are just humans but a different shade of color, or just the same shade, like Asgardians. So maybe I'm just like fully on board for, yeah, she's an alien, I guess. The writing is a map. Actually, it's not writing, it's not math, it is a map. The obelisk is called the Diviner, so I believe that the map is pointing out specific things, not a place, but things. When I think of diviner, I think of, divining rod, especially with the obelisk. When I think of a diviner in the terms of an object, I think of a diviner rod, because that's what it looks like. And I think, yeah, it's going to tell them where specific stuff is in the universe. Maybe on Earth, but I doubt on Earth. It should just be in the universe. I don't know why, like, how it's going to work into S.H.I.E.L.D. in general, if we're going to go with space travel and stuff. I don't know. But, yeah. That's what I'm guessing. Things. Not places, but things. Well, I mean, obviously it's going to be a place because it's going to be the place where the thing is, but it's specifically to a thing and not just a place in general. That's my guess. Right. That, I'm glad this guy has decided that she will just, screw my father. I don't care. We got to see him. She got to see what he was capable of, and she's like, yeah, I'm against him. Fuck it. Let's go kill him. Let's take him down. Or not kill him, but, let's do what we have to do. And I'm glad. I'm glad she's not hung up on this. I'm glad this is not going to be a huge continuing plot line. Like, oh, but he's my dad, and I don't know. Like, nah, let's just take him down. He's a monster. Let's straight up do it. Now, is something going to change her mind later? Possibly. When she actually talks to her dad? Possibly. But right now, I'm glad she was immediately like, I don't care, I've never met him, screw him, fuck him, let's just take him in. Let's just deal with him. right, the deal with Reyna. Oh man, I almost forgot to talk about that. The deal with Reyna was amazing. Seeing her sweat so much, seeing Coulson just act so cool and just be like, I ain't taking it. And me freaking out because obviously I didn't know he had a backup plan. Like, I thought he was just like, I guess, like, Simmons is already, like, he knows and he told Simmons, like, get the hell out of there before, today, like, you know, for a different reason before this all happened. I don't know, but, like, yeah, seeing him so confidently, just knowing that, like, yeah, I kind of already planned if something would happen. You know, this is a little bit earlier than I planned, but, no, you're not gonna get the obelisk, and we're gonna get exactly what we want, and now you're gonna go in there, and we're gonna use you as the bait. Genius. And just working with Reyna, I'm so happy. Even if it's not in a you know, actual allied, in an actual allied way, even if they are using her, just working with her in that way, I love it. I love Reyna as a character. I do wish Poe didn't die. I do love Poe. He was in, like, so few episodes, but I did love him and everything about him. But, yeah, I remember back then being like, I actually don't care about Reyna that much. I much prefer Poe. Whereas, yeah, Reyna, absolutely love, but, so happy she's getting, like, more screen time as not, like, the primary villain or anything. But yeah, getting to see her beg from the people that she spent an entire season fucking over, really cathartic. Really cathartic. I think that's it. Yes, that is all we have here for this episode. Really good episode. Probably my favorite episode of this season so far. For sure. Definitely had a lot to say about it. Packed full of info. I will see you guys for the next one. Until then, get the fuck out of here.